So let's begin this recap in Milwaukee, where Davis Schneider blasted a home run out to right center field to get Toronto on the board first, 1-0. Now the Brewers, they broke through in the sixth by tying the game after a Bryce Terang forced a throw down to second base while trying to steal the bag. This allowed Blake Perkins, who was at third base, to break for home plate. Perkins scored and Terang reached third on a throwing error, knotting the game up at 1-1. Now a few pitches later, Terang crossed home plate on a William Contreras single out to right field. This gave the Brewers their first lead of the day, 2-1. Finally, a single from Christian Yelich and a home run off the bat from Willy Adames that traveled 440 feet gave Milwaukee a 4-run lead. Now the Blue Jays attempted a comeback after a pair of singles off the bats of Spencer Horwitz and Bo Bichette, and the sac fly to center by catcher Alejandro Kirk in the top of the ninth. Now, unfortunately, this would not be enough for the Jays to tie the game, as they would fall 5-4 to the Brewers. Now let's head out by the Bay, where the scoring started in the Giants' half of the third, following a Wilmer Flores sac fly that brought home Yaz. Then a Matt Chapman double out to center field plated Austin Slater, making it 2-0 Giants. Now just a half inning later, Jeremy Pena plated Yordan Alvarez on this ball that skidded past first base, making it a 2-1 Giants affair. However, the Giants offense did not let up as they scored 3 more runs in their half of the fourth inning. Austin Slater cracked a 2 RBI single. Ramos, he punched a sac fly to center field, allowing Yaz to score. It was 5-2 Giants. Now Yordan Alvarez made things interesting after cracking his 14th long ball of the season out to center field. However, the Giants prevailed 5-3 in the end over the Astros. Now let's head out to San Diego, where the A's took on the Padres. Now the Friars got out to an early 2-0 lead after solo home runs from Donovan Solano in the first and Jackson Merrill in the fifth. Now the Athletics would take the lead in the sixth inning on a string of RBI singles from Tyler Soderstrom, Shane Langeliers, and Seth Brown. Then the A's added some insurance. Now the A's added some insurance in their half of the eighth after Zach Geloff doubled home Seth Brown from first base. This made it a 2-run Oakland advantage. However, as far as the Padres were concerned, the game was not over. Donovan Solano tied the game 4-4 on this 2-run blast to center field. Then, an inning later, the Padres ended this game the same way they started it, with a home run. Jackson Merrill cracked a walk-off home run to right field to seal the deal, as they were victorious over Oakland 5-4. Now let's head out to Baltimore, Maryland, where the Orioles started the scoring against the Braves. On a ground out to first baseman from Gunnar Henderson, Cedric Mullins came across from third base on the play. Then another run came across after Adley Rutschman grounded a ball to first baseman Matt Olson. Now Olson threw the ball home, attempting to get Jorge Mateo, who broke from home plate. The ball got away from Murphy, the catcher. Mateo scored, making it 2-0 Orioles. Now Olson redeemed himself as he tied the game on one swing of the bat in the eighth. Now unfortunately for Atlanta, the tie ball game was short-lived as Colt Kausner did his best Matt Olson impression by muscling up and cranking a 2-run shot of his own out to center field. This gave Baltimore a 4-2 lead and secured them a victory by that score. Now let's cover this interstate rivalry between the Guardians and the Redlegs. Now the home team struck first on this Jeimer Candelario home run out to center field. It was his 10th long ball of the campaign and gave Cincy a 1-0 lead. Now Cleveland tied the game on a David Fry bases-loaded walk in the third, and then took the lead in the fifth after Andres Jimenez grounded out to second base. Jose Ramirez scored on the play, making it 2-1 Guardians. Now the Guardians' lead lasted until the bottom of the sixth. That was when Jeimer Candelario came through again via the long ball. The Candyman cracked a 3-run, 340-foot shot out to the bleachers in right field. This home run helped the Reds defeat the first-place Guardians 4-2 in the short 2-game set at Great American Ballpark. Now, Bryce Harper got the Phillies on the board first in Boston as he had a sharp single past Bobby Dahlbeck at first base with runners on second and third. Kyle Schwarber scored on the play. Then Bryson Stott reached after grounding into a forced play at second base. This plated Nick Castellanos, making it 2-0 Philadelphia early on. Now the Phillies added another 2 runs after Whit Merrifield singled to right and David Dahl doubled to left. Now Boston took the lead in the middle innings, following a 2-run single off the bat of Jared Duran. Then Tyler O'Neill's sac fly scored Duran, tying the game. Finally, a double from Emmanuel Vasquez brought home Rojas, Refsnyder, and Wong. It was 6-4 Red Sox after 5 full innings from Fenway. Now, an inning later, the Red Sox did not let up as they extended their lead by another 4 runs following a David Hamilton slam. This made the game 8-4 Boston. Now, the Phillies did not let up in this ball game as they got on the board 2 more times. Once in the 7th after a Bryson Stott double, and then again in the 9th as Alec Baum brought home Harper on a sac fly to right field. Unfortunately, this wasn't enough for the Phillies to prevail over the Red Sox as they would fall 8-6. And that's all I got. Please like, please comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Best way to show your support on the channel is by clicking that red button down below. And as always, you know I will. Catch you guys later.